Welcome, everyone, to the Everything Show. I am your host, Matrixlord 212, and I'm with Scott. What's up, Scott?
Hello.
What's up, Suzy? What do you got?
Oh, I got something really cool. Look. It came today.
What's that? Perfect wish.
I wonder who wrote that.
I wonder who did. What a nice cover. Let me see.
Yeah.
Let's see it. Lift it up a little bit. Just hold it steady. Okay. Oh, okay. Romance. Freedom Tower, New York. Oh, I see something popping out of there. What's on the back? What do we got? Let me see the back. Ooh, look at the bridge.
Who's that on that? Who's that little
that
guy?
Who's that guy? That guy, hey. You guys trying to be me? I don't know.
I see that guy on America's Most Wanted once. I don't know.
No.
He must be famous.
That's a nice cover.
That is good.
I'm
What do you got sticking out of there? I saw you some stuff sticking out of there. What's in there?
Oh, yeah. Stuff.
A few things.
Yeah.
What do you got?
This. Yay. Oh,
Ooh,
wow.
You got a little, what is that, a postcard you got?
Yeah, I got a postcard.
Got a postcard.
And I got a book
got
cover.
bookmark. Oh, very nice.
Ooh.
Very
Awesome.
nice. Very nice.
All kinds of awesome.
Cool. Very nice.
And it came all the way from there.
Yeah. Don't show my address, but yeah.
It really clear. You notice I moved it really quick because it's blurry.
Yes.
I did it on purpose.
I know.
That is
Cool.
so exciting. I knew
Very
it was
nice.
coming
Happy
today.
Thanksgiving there, or a belated Thanksgiving. There you go.
Thank you. That's
Thanks,
awesome. That's awesome.
Very nice.
That was
That's
something
good.
to be excited about today.
Cool.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for having
So
interest.
now I get to read it at.
Thank you for being interested
I
in
always
it.
like to support fellow. I like to support fellow authors, even though I'm not, and I got a hundred of stories in the Naked City to tell, but
I thank you for your support very much.
Oh, not a problem.
Okay. Now we'll go to topic
excited.
2. Topic 2 is I saw Justice League. All right,
Okay,
here's
what
my
do you think
review,
of it?
people. Okay, so I watched it. I knew all the stuff going into it, the bad things, whatever. Came in with no expectations, and I did like it.
Yeah.
I did like it.
Mm-hmm.
I did see issues with it. Now, again, it's not the greatest movie in the world. All right? It's good. It's good. But, and here's the thing that I'm trying to point out. It's good, but this is Justice League. Just like Avengers. Just like this is not supposed to be good. This is supposed to be the greatest, or better than great, or unbelievable, and it's
supposed
not.
to be the moneymaker, in other words.
It's not. Now, here's some things I have to point out. I was wrong about Cyborg. I really loved Cyborg. Who knew?
It was good.
Who knew?
It was good in that.
I really loved Superman. I loved them all. All the characters in there, I loved. But the script was all over the place. That is apparent. That you could tell that they were going in one direction, and they did a 180, and then it's back and forth. Ha.
A 15, a 3.
So here's the thing. This video isn't hatred. I liked it, and if I like it, I like it.
You heard my review. It's just I wasn't thrilled with it. It was good.
But I didn't hate it. That's the whole point. Now, my thing is that because I liked it, I want to see another one. I really do. I don't want it rebooted. Okay, this is not Fantastic Four bad. This is not Inhumans bad. It's good, but it could be so much better. This was kind of like not even really Justice League. It was kind of like a sequel to. It was kind of like, you know how Captain America had Civil War and it was like all the Avengers and everything, and it was like that's a Captain America movie. This was kind of like a Batman Civil War movie where it's not really the event like the Avengers were in Civil War. It's not really an Avengers movie, but it is. this wasn't really a Justice League movie. It was kind of like a Batman movie with his own version of Civil War, where not that they fought each other, but it was a sense that he had grief over not realizing that Superman was really the best good guy ever, and he's responsible through a chain of events. He blamed himself for Superman dying. And it was all about, besides the thing coming on, in the back of his head, he was trying to figure out a way to bring back Superman. Regardless, even if there probably wasn't an invasion, he was going to try to find a way to bring him back. Okay? What I found odd was, I found it odd that the creatures who went after someone that's afraid did not go after the Flash, who was petrified. Like, the whole swarm did not go after the Flash. That didn't make any sense. Unless something with the Speed Force is blocking...
was shielding him in some way.
Is shielding his emotions from them, which you could explain that, I guess. I really liked Aquaman. Again, they didn't really explain anything about Aquaman. They didn't explain... he's been in oceans now. Like, he just, none of that didn't explain. All right.
They might explain. They may have gone further into it when it comes to DVD.
I know, but I had a problem with, and again, I said this in the trailer. For so many, like 20 years, he's Batman, and he was always worried about his secret identity. And now, freely, Aquaman's like, you're the Bat, you're this, in front of regular people, and he's not caring. And I had a problem with that. Just like I had a problem with Lois Lane calling Superman Clark with cops around. Cops are around. His secret identity is exposed. And it's just not thinking, and it's like that. You know what I'm saying? Yes, you know what? I don't have a problem with him attacking the Justice League right away. Because you got to think about it.
Yeah, because he just woke up and his mind.
Listen, nobody knows what happens if that happens. Look, the biggest emotions that he's going to remember is love and hate. He loves Lois Lane. He hates Batman. He's not going to think that, oh, I got along with Batman. No, the most important memory that until his thing comes clear is he has hatred for Batman.
His last memory before he died was the heart of battle. So
but he knew he made up with Batman, but because he's dead, his mind is squished cheesed. So he's going to remember those key important memories, and that is hatred of Batman overwhelmingly over that he got. Then after a while, once Lois Lane comes into the picture, which she's the big guns, okay, that's what he's talking about, then he stabilizes and he's like, oh my God, I love you. Oh my God, I want to be alive. I want to be with you. I want to be married and all that stuff, right? That's what it is. So that is, we got to see Superman different from his death. We got to see that he's more human, more of a thing to lose, like his love, his marriage, like he's going to get married. He's going to get married. We're going to see that in a Superman movie. They're probably going to show the wedding of Lois and Clark. We're going to see it. Probably in Man of Steel 2, that's what they should show.
Yeah.
So, expect it. That's what I think. And they have to do that next, I feel. But that was powerful. I would have liked to see Superman more in this. Wasn't happy we didn't see that. Also, the underlying thing that Batman and Wonder Woman had a relationship, a romantic boyfriend and girlfriend thing that was back and forth, and little things thrown in there for you to know there was sexual tension, there was stuff, and that, maybe ultimately they were going out and he was a jerk or whatever. And, maybe it's been a long time. Maybe they shouldn't have got together because Steve Trevor, she still loves Steve Trevor. They kind of tried to twist the reasoning about, originally she said she forsaken mankind for 100 years. It wasn't 100 years, but they tried to put a reasoning that it wasn't 100 years, but she did it because Steve Trevor died and that she was in shadows for whatever. She was messed up. So that's a better explanation, that she's just living with man, but she's just trying to come to terms or whatever. Didn't make sense with Cyborg about the motherboard and him not connecting with the motherboard and them not going after him because he's connected with the motherboard.
About that, as I feel.
Yeah.
that as well.
And the Barry Allen, someone said, I heard they were saying, well, how could Barry Allen be broke? Like, he doesn't have a job, but then he has monitors and he builds a suit when he never wore the suit, period, but he has the suit. So, I mean, I don't know what that's about. I did like The Flash, you know, and I did like all the characters. But to me, the thing that bothers me the most is, and I've said this before, the Avengers were formed by, let's say, Nick Fury, different things happened, they got together, whatever. This was the thing that the biggest problem I had was in other movies they had Bruce Wayne in the Suicide Squad trying to talk to the government that he was going to form a team. That was a copycat of Avengers. I'm sorry. Just like copycat off of Professor Xavier and Magneto recruiting the X-Men in First Class. They copied off of Marvel completely, okay? Another thing that didn't make sense is if the world's in jeopardy, where the hell is the Suicide Squad? Because they're the government. That's not there. They're not there. So, again, there are many holes. Well, that's the thing. We did see a Green Lantern fall in the beginning, which was amazing. But why? Where are they? Why aren't they here? So who is, you know, did that never happen, that Green Lantern? Was it another universe? Do we have a champion that has the... Obviously not. We don't have a Green Lantern for Earth, a champion. But you know what? I really feel that if they do another Justice League movie, it can't be Darkseid. Too much. You got to build it up. You got to build the Justice League up. And the next threat doesn't have to be like Steppenwolf. It could be like Legion of Doom versus Justice League.
Because that's what they sort of set it up as. Oh, go ahead, Suzy.
Yeah, no, I was going to say that too, being a Justice League fan anyway. Only mine was a different name. It was the, but in any case, yeah. And hopefully, maybe, I know this sounds a little campy, but I'd like to see the Wonder Twins. Thank you very much. I'd like to see the Wonder Twins. Would be They're awesome. Yes, totally. Hey, that's my Justice League universe, okay?
I know, my Super Friends. I know. Yeah. I get it. I grew up on that.
I have a lot of people that voiced their opinions about Super Friends, and they said that the animation was bad, but the stories were good.
They were good. I'll have to admit, the stories were good.
And that's what I would look forward to seeing. And you and I pretty much agree, and all three of us pretty much agree about the movie. I'm not disappointed. It wasn't a terrible movie. I've been to some movies that, you know, other people thought were terrible, but I liked. So it's just what you like. I, however, think they can make it even better. And I like that build to getting to the crescendo. There was no crescendo. So that's what I'm looking for. And if they just build upon this one and take it further, I'd be happy.
Was I right about it seemed like they were doing too many action scenes and then...
Well, the one at the beginning was so dark, I couldn't see anything. There weren't even shadows to see.
Well, Batman fighting that scrub, I don't know what the hell that was about.
Well, I didn't even see what it was. All I could tell is that it was just dark. And so for me not to, unlike the scene he had when he was with the Joker and they were battling, you could see who he was fighting. When you can't see the person that they're fighting with, it's kind of like anticlimactic, I hate to tell you. I mean, that was bad for me. But when things are too dark, I don't like... I had a problem with a lot of my TV shows, same thing. They had a lot of scenes that were done in the dark. You could hear voices, but you couldn't... You had to really use your imagination. And a lot of people, they don't know how to do that. I mean, we do. But when you say imagination, they're like, what do you mean? Polka dots on an elephant? No, just try.
Right.
I mean, it doesn't, we don't want it to be totally in daylight, but at least have enough lighting to where you can make out what the person's doing.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, that's what it is. Some parts were dark because it was Zack Snyder. Then it got light because it was Joss Whedon. You know, and that's what the issue is that, you know, it was two different styles mixed together. Did it make sense? I mean, did it? You know what I'm saying? I mean, was that?
Okay, I'm very familiar with Josh Whedon's work. I like his work. I've been a fan of his stuff for a long time.
Right.
And he is a very good director. He knows what he's doing. He knows how to set up the shots and the lighting. So that's not a problem. But yeah, when you get another person in the mix, it makes it really difficult. Now, however, if they could put Tim Burton in again and make this a Tim Burton thing, that would be even awesome.
That would have been interesting to see.
Yeah. I would totally go for it because he's a good director. He knows what he's doing too.
I mean, I don't know if they would do his vision again like they did. I don't know. I don't think they would.
He has a style that he knows how to build. That's the way the music was during the whole entire logo. It builds so you were like, okay, now what's going to happen next?
Right.
That's what gets me
excited. Because he films
in
the way as though he's an actual movie goer per se.
Thank you.
Where a lot of these other people are going, okay, I'm just going to put a movie out.
Yeah. When there's because
Burton puts himself like literally in the seats going, okay.
What do I want to see?
You're not going to be able to see what I'm doing. But yet, if I put it this way, even if it's in shadow, but if I put a little bit of lighting right here or here, they'll make out enough of the silhouette to where they know what the individual is doing, what the guy's fighting.
See, his darkness in certain shots, maybe it being behind the people that were interacting with one another.
It covers.
It made it seem more like the old oh gosh, I'm trying to think of the asylum right now. I don't have it in my head, but it's, you know, along the Dick Tracy and that whole style. That's what I like in a movie, because that's the kind that builds. And you need that when you have a big story like that. But yeah, you said it was not connected. It was like trying to do a dot to dot, all sprawled out. So yeah, there were parts that didn't make any sense. And I was really excited for it. I'm still excited because I think they can fix this.
I mean, the thing is that there was so much I liked about it. And it's like, you know what I'm saying? I liked it. And I want to see more. I'm not going to be like a jerk. Look, if I like something, I like it, okay? And I don't care. Yes, I know there's faults with it. I get it. But you know what? The thing is, they should go ahead with a Man of Steel 2, I feel.
Yeah. And
go ahead with the Batman movie. And go ahead with Wonder Woman, and Aquaman, and The Flash. Then come back after we're wanting a build-up. Justice League 2. And you know what? Right away, Justice League 3. Like Avengers 3, Avengers 4. That's the way you do it. You have to build them up. Even though they're together, let it be that the world did not need Justice League. And they built up themselves, and now they're different heroes.
That's what screwed up BVS, is the fact that they went immediately into it instead of waiting till Wonder Woman. If they had done Wonder Woman and then brought out BVS, and of course BVS
Batman vs. Superman,
Yeah, Batman vs. Superman. Yes, BVS, Batman vs. Superman's got loads of problems with it. But they went too soon for Batman versus Superman.
Right.
They should have waited. And then what they should have done is Superman, either Batman or Wonder Woman, and then one of those two, of course, Batman or Wonder Woman, wait until the third movie of their solo adventure happens, then put Batman versus Superman, then Justice League. And then you've got your other characters, and maybe put 2 of those adventures out, and then do Justice League 2.
You know what? We're gonna have Aquaman. I'm sorry. We're going to have that. I don't know if that was wise, honestly. We're going to have Wonder Woman 2. That's wise. I feel that's wise. Okay? But there's nothing about the Flash right now. The movie is not performing. Okay? And because it's not performing, we're not, there's conflicting reports that we're not going to have Flashpoint, that we are going to have Flashpoint. But they did
to be his second movie, not his first.
But they did say if we do not have, if the movie's not a success, we're not going to have Flashpoint. So now they're coming out and saying, well, we might have it. They got to make up their minds first, because I honestly feel that we need to have a Flashpoint, but I don't know if we're ready for a Flashpoint right now.
No, like I said, they need to at least have a first Flash movie, then maybe the second, then at least the second Justice League, then Flashpoint, or another movie between Flashpoint and the second Justice League.
They're going to introduce, I know they're going to introduce new characters in the second movie. I already know that. So I'm ready and prepared for that. It's just how they fit it into the dynamics, because it all has to fit like a puzzle. If it doesn't fit like a puzzle, it's going to be out of place and disjointed. So that's what I don't want to see, but I'm still excited. I didn't see the Batman versus Superman movie. I wanted to, but something happened. Yeah, I never saw it. I did see the logo for it. And I remember seeing it released in 2015, the logo for it. And I was like, oh, man, that's badass. I want that shirt. It's so cool. But, so I don't know what this tension is between Superman and Batman. But as you say, there's different universes. And I do know that there was a storyline going on between Superman and Wonder Woman. So I already know they had a thing going on. So
yeah, basically, Batman and Wonder Woman looked like they had some type of romance that they kept talking about here and there without really saying it definitely happened. But the thing is that she said, once Superman, like, if you come back, she's with Superman, meaning that she's siding with him, if anything. Whatever. But she was worried. She didn't want him to come back. She was worried he was going to be Doomsday. Like he was going to become a Doomsday type of thing.
Oh,
and that's,
you mean the evil Superman?
She thought that
they
water
said he would return without his soul.
Yeah, she thought that water would not. Okay. It didn't work for Zod, and it wasn't going to work.
Okay.
But the thing was that his neck was broken. I mean, it was a different situation, But his hatred was of Zod. Zod's hatred for Superman lived on rather than his memories. But what Luthor basically kind of blocked most of his memories. He just created his own thing. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay. So there's a lot I have to catch up on that, but like I said.
And what about the Easter eggs at the mid and ending credits?
Yeah.
I like the Flash race. I like that, the Flash and Superman race. The Lex Luthor thing, I like that too, because you know what? I could see they changed Lex Luthor. They made him different. They didn't make him joke around too much. They made him like a dead serious type of thing.
And the fact that they used my favorite guy at the pulling up to that boat, I loved it.
Oh, Deathstroke.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, see, I didn't see I didn't see Smallville. So I did see bits and pieces, when I was flicking channels.
Right.
So I did see the actor that played Lex Luthor and in Smallville. And if I was going to make Lex Luthor young, that would be it. When I saw his portrayal, it was only a few seconds, but he fit the right bill.
Yeah, everybody kind of likes him as. I don't know about everybody. A lot of people liked his performance in Smallville, Lex Luthor.
I'm just saying, as far as the young version of Lex, the older version of Lex will always be Gene Hackman. So
definitely.
Gene Hackman is definitely the best.
Yes. That's who they need.
The best.
Yes.
Lex Luthor.
Yeah, because I can just see him breaking out of jail again.
Yeah.
So yeah. Is there anything else you might have wanted to talk about? Because I did get caught up on a few things. Well,
I want to basically stick with this one. I want to stick with Justice League, but I wanted to give you guys a chance to talk more rather than me just, constantly chew everybody's ear off. If you guys didn't have anything else to say, I could basically continue and just talk about what I liked about the movie and didn't like.
Well, I think we're all pretty much on the same wavelength as far as that's concerned. I liked the movie too, but I'm ready for them to put some more oomph into it.
Yeah.
All right, let's get with his Steppenwolf. I thought that Steppenwolf was terrible. Horrible villain, the worst ever. The fakest looking. I had a problem with Steppenwolf. I had a problem with his Steppenwolf.
I think we all did. We all basically from the get-go we said Steppenwolf is not somebody who you start a deal with. I also
had a problem with the whole thing about the Amazonians and the Atlanteans and all of a sudden it's like they had this war that nobody talked about until this movie, and it was like they had the mother box, which they didn't show in Wonder Woman movie, and it's like, I mean, I don't know if I was, honestly, I don't know. I just, the story was all over the place. Now, in the beginning, it's like, the Batman thing, yes, I wanted to see Batman, but was that guy really a crook? Or was it like just a fake out to lure out the creature? Because he let him go. He's like talking to him like the guy served his purpose. He really wasn't going to arrest him. It was like he's talking to him normal. And I thought, is he like a sidekick? Or is he like somebody that helps Bruce Wayne or Batman? Like he was just acting or something? I mean, like that it made no sense how Batman just left him there and just
left him. Yeah, that's one of the things I.
I got bigger fish to fry. I'm gonna let a criminal go around. Will he kill people? I don't know, but I got to stop this invasion. I had a problem with that. Commissioner Gordon, there wasn't enough of him, and I felt we needed a little more. William Dafoe's role was cut. We didn't see that at all, which I felt. You know what? This movie should have been more than 2 hours. I'm sorry. I'm against Warner Brothers for doing it. That they made it 2 hours. I think that everybody was right when they said that this movie needed to be bigger. And to cut the movie when you had the footage is a mistake.
It's looking to me, it's starting to look more and more that they're basing things more for DVD, Blu-ray releases.
No, I'll tell you what they were doing.
Every time I've seen everything.
No. The perfect answer is they want the movie to play more times. When it's played 2-3 hours, when it's played 3 hours, there's less showings of the movie. So it's about greed. It's about greed for Warner Brothers because they're trying to do a business model of a movie that they could show multiple times. So they're not interested in the quality of the movie. They're interested in how much quantity they could make. That's the reasoning, because when you have a 3-hour movie, it takes long. You lose a show or two. You can't, you know what I'm saying? The movie theater's open till a certain time, so they're doing it as a marketing thing, and they're trying to let's get the most showing of this. But they don't realize if the movie sucks or if the movie isn't that good, then you won't have everybody filling the seats going for every show. So the whole point is, if you're going to make the most money, you make it more than 2 hours because that's what everybody wanted. I felt it was too short, and I felt that it was all over the place. But I did feel that all those actors and the actresses and even Lois Lane and everything, and the mother, they all had to appear. I was totally upset that the mother would communicate with Lois Lane, but she would not tell her that her home is being like owned by the bank. That's stupid because regardless of pride and everything, that's Clark's house. Lois would buy the damn house. But the problem was Lois's income went down because she started doing friggin' cat stories instead of her main money she was making, you know? But again, it's like, I don't find that that's believable. Like the fact that she took all that, whatever, that was weird, okay? The fact that the woman that the husband was a janitor, that less than 24 hours, she would know exactly what happens. I mean, what, from footage or something, I guess? I mean, that was funny. That was funny, but it was weird. You know, it was all over the place. But again, it was a good movie. Let's see another Justice League 2. But, again, you're talking Justice League. You can't do a regular movie. It has to be the best movie, the best quality, the best director, the best writer. And you can't have too many hands spoil the soup. You need to have people that are going to make a bigger movie. You need to have people. Again, this whole thing that they had to do reshoots, the fact that they had to computer generate his mustache out of there, that was a joke. Okay? You need to make sure that the actors are available. If you're going to reshoot it, you say, we're going to reshoot it when you're free here. So you can't do a movie a month after because we're going to do reshoots. But they were panicking because I heard it. I heard the whole thing about, you know, people are like trying to throw Danny Elfman under the bus because they said, oh, dude, your soundtrack was terrible. You know, like, how do you do this? And he had to explain himself that Joss Whedon fired the guy. And he called him up and he says, could you be here tomorrow? And the guy, okay, Danny Elfman stepped in to help out. But the guy has a way he does, you know, soundtracks. And he's have to do it a different way because they didn't have anything for him to put the music to. They had storyboards. So, and he can't do it like that. And people don't get it. They right away want to say he collected a check. They don't get it. They're trying to make it like he just wanted to make money from it. It's hollow. No. If you're an artist like that and you're making a soundtrack to a movie, if you do it a certain way, that's the way it has to be done. If you're forced to do it another way, then it's never going to be as good as it would if you're used to doing it a certain way. Same thing like me as a writer. If I get hired to do a book for somebody and I can't do it my way and I have to do it somebody else's way, it's not going to be as good as if I do it my way. If I have a style, if I have this, if I have to have all this stuff, it's never going to be as good. So the whole thing is like, this guy has a way of doing it. He's done it right all this time. Everybody loves his soundtracks from every single thing but this one. Why is that? Because he was forced to work under crappy, horrible work conditions. So I'm sticking up for Danny Elfman. I'm sticking up for Danny Elfman. Also, Joss Whedon, right? He came in. Now, here's the thing that I don't understand. Joss Whedon is not promoting the movie. He's not talking about it, not saying how great it is. He's doing none of that. And again, my thing, I have a different take on it. Okay, he should back it, but he's not. I don't know why that's the case. But I don't blame him if somebody tweets, oh, Steppenwolf is the worst ever. Why is he not allowed to like a tweet from a fan? An honest opinion. Just because he doesn't. Listen, he took over. He bailed them out, Warner Brothers. But he didn't have to like the characters that are in it. Like, it's not his movie. He probably wouldn't have chosen Steppenwolf. So why are you hating against Joss Whedon? I mean, he's pitching in to help. Okay? He don't like the villain, but you can't change the whole thing because then it would cost them another $100 or $200 million. So he's just trying. And again, why should he get kicked off Batgirl? They hired him for a specific reason. He did the best with what he could, and he couldn't do, you know, whatever. So we got an average, good movie, but it was expected to be so much more for Justice League. So much more. And that's the whole thing. It's like, I had people commenting on this video. You know, the other videos about Justice League. And I said, this is Hayden's review, right? This is Scott's review. This is Ben's review. Now, on this title, it's Matrixlord's review. And, of course, I'm going to put Suzy on there, too, because she saw it, too. But the thing is that we expect better. Comic book fans, I'm a Marvel guy, okay? I'm not a DC guy. I tried to get into it. I read some things. I didn't read as much as I did Marvel, okay? So I'm not really experienced with the DC comics, okay? I admit that. But I've seen all the movies. I love DC movies. I love to see them in the movies. I'm happy. I love to watch them on TV. the thing is that you expect better, because the whole purpose of having a Justice League is they wanted Avengers money. They wanted to say, hey, we're better. They were even going to pit Justice League against a Marvel movie despite, because of ego purposes. Now, obviously that didn't happen, but they did pit it right after Thor Ragnarok, which was a mistake.
Yeah, they should have
waited. A mistake. And again, you have to throw the egos out of the equation. You have to throw out
what they were hoping for is the people from Thor would bleed over into Justice League, which
didn't really happen.
No, they were hoping for the.
As we stand today, Justice League made $147,316,643 domestically. Foreign numbers, we had $185 million. Put together, it is low. It's $332,316,643. Now, for any other movie, like say Bad Moms, that would be great, phenomenal. This is not.
Yeah.
Again, this is not a regular movie. Justice League, Avengers. This has to be the ultimate box office. $1 billion, $1.5 billion, $2 billion up. Like, this is a movie that has to be that. And it's not going to be. There's no way it's going to happen.
They were trying so hard. It's like they were trying so hard not to be Avengers that they.
They tried to be Avengers.
Like I said, they tried.
They copied and they failed.
But they shot themselves in the foot.
They shot themselves in the foot multiple times, and I got to tell you, Justice League was not #1 for 7 days. It wasn't. An animated movie named Coco defeated Justice League on Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
That was not predicted. In fact, when we were reviewing the movies that were coming out against Justice League, I even said, oh, Coco, that's not going to beat Justice League. We said it. We even said, oh, Wolf Cop, another Wolf Cop, all these movies. Nah, nothing could beat Justice League. Well, you know what? An animated movie beat Justice League in less than a week. Less than a week. And again, that's bad for Justice League, because the moment you drop, you go into week 2, week 3, you can't get that back. Thor is staying stable. It didn't drop tremendously. It's #4, but Thor surprised me because Thor is making money in 4th place.
Even with its comical aspects to it, it still was done good.
I like Thor a lot. Yeah. I thought it was, but I thought, I had some issues with it, but I did like it. It was better than regular Thor movies, but I felt it could have been even more better. But, I thought that the comedy was too much in certain areas. And I don't like the whole hammer thing that he needed the power. That was like some corny thing that or whatever. Yeah. I don't like it. But anyway, Thor is at almost $760 million. I didn't think it was going to get, more than $700 million. I'm like, wow. Good stuff, Suzy.
1 minute and counting.
Yes, I see. 2 minutes. Well, yeah, I see. So basically, Justice League is on par to lose the studio anywhere between 50 to 100 million, maybe more. Because again, if you think about it, they spent over 300 million to make. They spent advertisements. This sucker is expected to make 800 million or 700 million, or even 650, and it's not. It's not. I mean, even the foreign numbers are dropping. Do you agree, Scott? Or?
Mm-hmm. I said I had to. It's a good movie. It's one of those. Sadly, as I said, it was a great movie. It was a good movie. But sadly, this is one of those movies like you go to where, oh, I've seen that. Really don't want to see this movie, so let's go see Justice League. At least it's something different. I mean, I had to see it. It is. It's one of those. We'll go see this because there's nothing else. I
had to see it. I said, you know what? I didn't see it.
It's a fallback movie.
I wanted to see it for the fact that it's Justice League.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not into it as Avengers, but I had to see it, and there was things that came up.
One of those fallback movies where people go to just for S and giggles. Sadly.
Unfortunately, it's not like they're running to go see it like they did with Avengers.
Like now, Avengers is something people would.
We're going to continue this in the next Everything show. All right. Take care. Bye for now.